Nick put a knife in my back, literally, about
like 18 knives in your back.
Yeah, about a couple flash
Yo,
away from
I see you. I see you.
It's just a flesh wound.
Just a flesh wound.
Do it. What's this? The Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? The Nostalgia Critics Review. Yeah, so the Nostalgia Critic back again for Nostalgia Ween, which warms my heart every year it comes around. And it's sad that I'm not able to react to these as they come out. Although me and Nick were, there's one that came out here recently that me and Nick are probably going to react to, The Ring, and hopefully we'll release it on, closer to Halloween, so that way we're actually able to still allow the videos their complimentary time for them to be out there. So, again, The Nightmare Before Christmas. When it originally came out, I was, I think, 7 years old, and I'll say it had a very big impact on me. I loved the visuals, I loved the music, I thought it was scary, but in a good way. I didn't feel like it was, like, absolutely just like, I wasn't able to watch it. It's not like I had to cover my eyes or anything, but there were points where it was just disturbing. And you know what? That's a good thing. Disturbing can be good whenever it's utilized properly. And of course, you have which for the longest time when I was a kid, it's not the fact that I thought Tim Burton directed this. I knew Tim Burton directed this. That's the thing. In my head as a kid, I knew it was Tim Burton. I knew Tim Burton directed this. But as I got older, I looked, and then I started looking up credits and everything on stuff whenever I started getting more and more interested in film, and I was like, Henry Selick? Wait, what? I thought Tim Burton directed this. Turns out no, Tim Burton produced it, helped write it, and yeah, it's just, when you think you know something as a kid, but then all of a sudden just it gets turned on its head, next thing you know, you're just like, I can't believe this. Everything, nothing is real. Nothing makes sense anymore. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt. And I gotta be honest, The Nightmare Before Christmas still holds up. I remember they actually, I believe it was a couple years ago, they actually did a full re-release of The Nightmare Before Christmas in 3D. I thought that was wicked. I thought that was awesome. I mean, it's great when studios go back and they're able to fully rework something and just expand on it. And also, I don't think to me, I don't feel like it cheapened The Nightmare Before Christmas. I know that, 3D, it's a gimmick. In some cases, it can be a gimmick, but I think in terms of how some things are filmed, 3D can be a benefit and not a detriment. And I think for this, it was more of a benefit than a detriment. At least in my opinion, anyway. And I love The Nightmare Before Christmas. I really do. I think The Nightmare Before Christmas is, it is without a doubt one of my favorite movies from my childhood. And yeah, it definitely stands the test of time. I think will continue to stand the test of time. And well, the Nostalgia Critic has done a review of it and figured, why not? Let's check it out. Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what Doug thinks. Knowing Doug, who is a fan and a critic of Tim Burton, I guess we'll see what happens. Anyway, this is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Or this is I keep saying that. Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's how it was originally marketed when it was released. But no, this is The Nightmare Before Christmas, and this is the Nostalgia Critics Review. Here we go.
This episode brought to you by DoorDash, the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Also brought to you by Movement, one of the fastest growing watch brands shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. Don't forget to check us out this weekend at Too Many Games in Philadelphia, October 8th to the 10th. Hope to see you there.
I wasn't able to go with that.
Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, nostalgia week. When pumpkins fly and hold your knife,
I'm a cameo.
your little home turns green, your little face turns green. This little fence now green, and boom, every show, every fly has on the nose, and all it takes is one itty bitty mistake. Look out, they'll haunt you too. Trick or treat, trick or treat, trick or treat, nostalgia week. When ghosts come knocking at your door, badly written jokes and more, you better hope they won't be me on nostalgia week.
Here we go.
Hello,
the
I'm
jacket's
Nostalgia
back.
guy, remember? So you don't have to. And welcome back to Nostalgia Week.
Yay!
We've talked about Nightmare Before Christmas a few times on this show, but never done a full review. Since over the years I've discovered this new thing called liking stuff, I decided this Nostalgia Week is the perfect time to do it. Only a modest success when it came out in 1993, The Nightmare Before Christmas has exploded into one of the most popular icons associated with Halloween, and yes, even Christmas.
Yes.
Merchandise sells like mad, people love to dress up as the characters, even the Haunted Mansion is given a makeover in fall and winter to reflect the characters and story. It also started one of my favorite fads of stop-motion kids movies that are wonderfully more dark and twisted than most kids movies are.
Yes.
And they're given a free pass by parents because, well, they remember it being fun when The Nightmare Before Christmas did it. Based on Tim Burton's short story of the same name, it takes, honestly, a very complicated and abstract idea and makes it surprisingly simple to follow and enjoy. So what is it about this holiday film that becomes more and more popular where other holiday films seem to fade into the crowd? Well, we're finally gonna watch it from beginning to end to find out. This is Halloween, or is it Christmas? It's clearly Halloween. This is Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
First off, let's address the biggest misconception. This is not a Tim Burton-directed movie. Henry Selick, who would direct another stop-motion masterpiece with Coraline, is the man who...
Yeah, Coraline and James and the Giant Peach. I mean, he did both of them, and yeah, that guy's very talented.
Called the shots, but the studio insisted Tim Burton's name had more of a draw, and seeing how his spiraled fingerprints are all over it, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
It should also be pointed out that the opening narration is by Santa, played by Edward Ivory, but in the soundtrack, it's Patrick Stewart.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems.
'Twas a long time ago, longer now than it seems.
Alex Stewart's fine, but it does go on a little too long, including a closing narration about Jack and Sally having skeleton babies.
With 4 or 5 skeleton children at hand playing strange little tunes in their xylophone band.
I don't know, the idea of them literally boning it is just not something I want to think of. We open in the land of Halloween Town with, I think we can all agree, the most memorable song in the movie.
This is Halloween, this is Halloween, 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 Halloween.
Though I always saw it as a warped version of the Home Alone theme.
This is Halloween, this is Halloween.
There's no...
A little sped up, but whereas the Home Alone theme was John Williams, this is Danny Elfman. At least I think. Hold on. Real quick. Let's see. Home Alone, the first film. Music, John Williams. Yes. Wait a second. Oh my God. I just saw something and I don't like it. Oh, Raja Gosnell. Oh, why did I have to... Home Alone cinematography done by Raja Gosnell. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense as to why he keeps getting projects. Oh.
No denying, both this song and intro are amazing. When I saw this on the big screen, it blew my mind. The visuals were so creative and matched the music perfectly. There's so many things to admire. The creative camera angles, which were rarely seen in stop motion then. The fact that they didn't cut out the strings for the bats, which makes it feel more authentic. And I especially love how one of the random characters is just the devil. He's not the ruler, he's not even a major character, he's just one of the residents. This place is hardcore when the fucking devil is just a dude walking around town.
Yeah! There's Jack.
The King Jack Skellington, played by Chris Elfman. We'll get to that in a bit.
Well, Chris Sarandon, does the vocal performance of it, but the singing is done by Elfman. Most of it. And which, I think Elfman does a good job emulating Sarandon. It's just like when what's his name? Imitates Christopher Lloyd or Jeremy Irons. Dang it. Now I need to... Oh. Dang it. I keep forgetting to put that back up there. So, let's see. Jim Cummings. That's his name. Jim Cummings. I didn't even have to look it up. I eventually, my brain wheeled around to it. But, yeah. Jim Cummings is really good about imitating and emulating the vocal stylings of the performer who is, like, doing the character. Anyway.
Who just finished up scaring the real world for Halloween, but a rag doll named Sally, played by Catherine O'Hara, is being called back by her inventor, Dr. Finkelstein, played by William Hickey.
Oh!
Come back here, you fool! Oh!
I didn't make you to beat my head, I made you to... Wait. Jack can't help but feel tired doing the same thing every year, and sings about his frustration.
Oh, there's an empty place in my bones.
So Jack's singing voice is composer and songwriter Danny Elfman.
Yes.
But his speaking voice is Chris Sarandon. And surprisingly, there's several conflicting reasons as to why. Elfman was always going to be the singing voice as he did demos for all the songs, and everyone agreed he just sounded great as Jack.
Not only that, but Danny Elfman, established singer and songwriter with his time with Oingo Boingo. I mean, the guy's got a great voice.
Some reports say Elfman didn't want to act as he was too busy with everything else. In fact, he wrote so many songs, writers kept adding characters and plot threads to work them in. Some even saying the film really should have been called Danny Elfman's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Other reports say his singing was loved, but his acting not as much. So they passed on him as an actor, possibly resulting in a split Burton and Elfman had for a short period of time. Both reasons are odd, as Elfman does act as other characters in the movie. Whatever the reason, both do a great job.
Yes.
Matching each other's energy and passion perfectly.
Christmas time is buzzing in my skull.
Call a town meeting and I'll tell everyone all about it.
After he sings his woes, Sally finds she'd give her right arm to get her right arm.
I made you with my own hands.
You can make other creations.
Something a lot of people pick up is that the dialogue in this film is not quite like other Disney movies.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this is just around the time Aladdin came out. Animation in general was trying to hit both adults and children.
The Disney Renaissance, yeah. The Disney Renaissance is what started this attempt at animation really hitting the stride and, like, trying to attract adults and children, and succeeding for the most part, for just about a decade.
This dialogue is not really trying to do that.
No.
It's trying to be simple in the hopes of being more timeless like the Rankin Bass specials. And it works, but it does throw a lot of people off. There's no pop cultural references, in-jokes, or hidden adult humor. It's a very basic what you hear is what you get, which sometimes results in lines that don't always sound the most natural.
Curiosity killed the cat, you know.
I know. That was a normal thing we just said. But that's also part of the charm. For such a strange idea with strange-looking characters, it's easily digestible. Like, this concept of trees holding different holidays sounds feasible after watching this, but imagine explaining it in a way that both adults and kids could follow easily. It's probably trickier than you think. Some of these concepts and ideas are so imaginative, a simpler way of telling them makes the most sense. Speaking of which, Jack is sucked into Christmas Town and is blown away by what he sees.
What's this? In here, they've got a little tree. How queer!
Well, we found the line every kid's gonna snicker at whenever they sing it.
No. Again. Okay, maybe so.
Little cozy things secure inside their dreamland.
And we found the out-of-context picture that'll get me snickering whenever I see it. After seeing the creepiest Santa shadow, Sally poisons her inventor again by sneaking Harry Potter classes into his soup.
Frog's breath will overpower any odor.
Worm's wart.
After she tricks him into drinking it and giving him just assuming a popular gif, if not, get on that internet. Jack returns home and calls a town meeting to explain the strange land he discovered. Even death is invited. Between him and the devil, Christ, I expect to see Christ in the background next.
Well, Christ isn't a horror figure, whereas death and the devil are horror figures in a lot of fictions. Jesus, though, I can think of a few where he's the villain. Specifically one, see, it's a Japanese anime, I forget the name of it now, but it's basically all the greatest warriors from history are pulled together, and one of the main bad guys is, in fact, a resurrected Jesus Christ who hates what humanity has become and is basically just like, yeah, humanity can go fuck itself, basically. Also, no, Jesus in South Park has never really been portrayed as has never really been portrayed as a villain, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Just maybe.
This is a thing called a present. The whole thing starts with a box.
No, that gift is from 2006. It's a dick in a box joke.
What a splendid idea. This Christmas sounds fun.
Though they all seem excited, they don't seem to get what makes Christmas so special. And neither does Jack, for that matter, who obsesses over what it's all about.
There's got to be a logical way to explain this Christmas thing.
Doesn't he know if you turn on even one Netflix Christmas rom-com, you'll be even more confused?
That and the Hallmark Channel. Christ almighty, the amount of stupid, gushy Christmas movies that exist on Hallmark alone. And the fact that I had to stock a lot of them. I used to work in a magical place called a movie store, kids. And oh, God, it was pain having to see them fly off the shelves in the holiday season, and then, eventually you had to, wean them off the shelves, and Jesus. Again, sorry, just, it hurts. It hurts to think about. Anyway.
Interesting reaction. But what does it mean?
What does any of this have to do with Jesus? Sally, go.
It's, again, yeah, the whole thing with Yuletide versus the Christification, the Christification of Christmas, of Saturnalia. I mean, again, I don't know. I really don't. Again, various companies have laid claim to the reason why various companies not have laid claim, various companies have been to blame as to why Christ and Christmas have been moved to the time of Yule, the time of evergreens, being deified in various pagan followings, and also Saturnalia. Again, holidays are weird, y'all, but I still enjoy them.
Goes to visit Jack, but first has to figure out how to get down from her tower.
Oh, God.
I give 5 more years until people call that problematic. She sends Jack a gift basket, of sorts,
Everything's
and has a vision that Christmas is going to be a disaster. Yeah, she's psychic now. On the one hand, I like that she isn't just a sourpuss, like something has to convince her that Christmas is gonna go wrong, but it comes right out of nowhere. It's vague exactly what it is, whether it's the universe giving her a sign or if she always had the power to predict the future, as it never happened before and doesn't happen later.
Yeah, I think in terms of establishing... Well, actually, there is a prequel / interquel / sequel that is being written from Sally's perspective, and I would be interested to see what it is, if she has, a bit of clairvoyance. I don't know, a part of her is a clairvoyant, and only... It's the hand that she was holding it in. She's only able to perceive things bad happening if she's holding it in that specific hand. I don't know. There's so many things you can do with it. But anyway.
I always thought it'd be cool if they gave a hint this was a thing. Maybe she used the ability to find the deadly nightshade, or later she looks at the flower and a heart appears, foreshadowing that Jack was about to approach her. But nope, this is it. She's just Walt from Lost, psychic when you need it because you need it.
Of course, I've been too close to see. The answer's right in front of me.
Jack finally figures Christmas out, sorta, when he discovers he can bring his own unique spin to it.
I bet I could improve it too, and that's exactly what I'll do.
I'll start it in November. No, October. Hell, September's not doing anything, the lazy ass. Actually, with combining holidays, this film really was ahead of its time.
Oh my god. Ugh. Worked in Walmart whenever they started doing that shit, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
What could I do for this week's sponsorship? I think I've literally done every idea there is. Except that one. No, wait, I did that. I mean, I just want to tell people about DoorDash. I mean, let's face it, you've got back-to-back meetings, errands to run, and chores to take care of. What's the secret to clearing your to-do list? A little help from DoorDash. You can get dinner, household essentials, and everything on your grocery list delivered. Maybe I can do that thing where I'm trying to think up the idea and that's the idea. No, that's stupid. You know, it's not stupid. DoorDash. You can get what you want to eat right now, right to your door with DoorDash. Along with the restaurants you love, you can now get groceries and other essential items delivered with DoorDash. Get drinks, snacks, and other household items in under an hour. Maybe a dolphin can say this next part, because I don't know, dolphins.
Craving late night ice cream? Forget that one key ingredient for dinner? Or maybe you just need to stock up for a week. With DoorDash, get everything in one app. With over 300,000 partners, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes, Chipotle, and Cheesecake Factory.
No, that's...
Popeyes. Now I want Popeyes. Damn it, look what you've done, Doug.
But actually it's growing on me.
Ordering is easy, and your items will be left safely outside your door when you choose contactless delivery drop-off.
Maybe he's a flying dolphin.
For a limited time.
Maybe he flies for a longer time.
For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 a
Longer time.
For a delivery drop-off.
Maybe he's a flying dolphin.
For
Maybe he's a flying dolphin. It's just like me trying anything in life.
For a limited time. First order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter the code Nostalgia2021. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter the code Nostalgia2021. Don't forget that's code Nostalgia2021 for 25% off your first order with DoorDash, subject to change, terms apply.
Then he'd explode because death is funny. Speaking of which, how soon will my DoorDash be here? Oh yeah, I forgot. I can look at my new movement watch. I should do that thing where I say I'm gonna tie it into the sponsorship and then say nah, but I do it anyway. Nah. But this watch really is cool. In a tiny apartment in Southern California, 2 college dropouts teamed up to create a watch company that broke all the rules. With fair prices, unexpected colors, and clean original designs, Movement grew into one of the fastest growing watch brands, shipping to over 160 countries across the globe. Maybe the watch should talk, and with a voice that's completely different as mine. Hello, I'm the watch. Yeah, that's perfect. Now Movement has expanded into blue light glasses that protect your eyes from your screens, minimalist jewelry, and more style essentials that don't break the bank. All designed out of their California headquarters. Good job, watch. I'm so particularly fond of you. How sleek you are, how cool you look, and how comfortable you feel on my wrist. You're the best classic monochrome link. I'm not even that big a watch guy, but you know what? I'm gonna wear you often. Thank you, Douglas. You're welcome, Movement Watch. You have the look of a $400 to $500 watch you're paying for at a department store, but cost a fraction of the price because you were built online and they own the process from start to finish. Think about that, people listening to my thoughts. You get a beautiful watch shipped right to your door for free. And if you don't love it, you can ship it right back for free. And the glasses. Boy, howdy hooty, the glasses. I've got to spend all day in front of my computer, and my Ever-Scroll blue light filter and glasses are a game changer. It really helps with eye strain and poor sleeping patterns, and I love the modern style of the frames. Oh, by the way, these sunglasses, they're from Movement too. I tricked you, kinda. Why don't you tell them about the deal, Douglas?
Not bad.
I will, Movement Watch.
Pretty decent
If you want
aviators.
to elevate your look with style that doesn't break the bank, then join the Movement and get 15%.
I was gonna say, Doug kind of
You
looks
want
like
to
a
elevate
cop
your look with style.
right here. Yeah, he's just. I can imagine him as like like an evil Terminator. The bald head, and all of a sudden it just goes chrome, and he's just like, it's like, how you like?
Doesn't break the bank. Then join the Movement and get 15% off today with free shipping and free returns by going to mvmt.com/nostalgia. Again, that's mvmt.com/nostalgia for 15% off with free shipping and free returns. Oh well, I gotta think how to end the sponsorship. Maybe if I just stop.
There you go. Sometimes that's the best thing to do. Just
Jack
stop.
requests everybody to chip in to bring his version of Christmas to the people. He calls on Lock, Shock, and Barrel, played by Paul Rubens, Catherine O'Hara, and Danny Elfman, who are given the assignment to kidnap Santa Claus. And I know I'm gonna sound like a dumbass, but I never put together that the masks to hide their faces look exactly like their faces. You ever notice Elfman's favorite lyric is "La"?
Yeah.
By the way, I'm totally convinced this movie's PG rating is based entirely on this look. That's a look that did something dirty and is gonna do it again.
Yeah.
I love a kid's film where the feel-good song is the various ways to dispose of a body. I don't want to know how he gets his kicks after Santa's been chopped up, but I'll assume he gives this look. Sally tries to warn Jack what should have been warned to Kirk Cameron. His vision of Christmas is going to be a disaster.
It was about your Christmas. There was smoke and fire.
That's not my Christmas.
Mine's more plaguey. He doesn't listen to her, and everybody sings about how amazing their Christmas is going to be. These warped gifts still crack me up. I especially love how I think one of them is the Max Shrek logo from Batman Returns. Yeah, did this Burton property sell enough toys for you?
Won't they be impressed? I am a genius.
That's literally how Greg Proops talks before every taping of Whose Line. Just as Jack gets Christmas ready, Santa is abducted and brought to him. After he's taken away, Sally sees the scientist has literally made a new
Sally sees the scientist. That's a tongue twister.
lady friend for himself.
We'll have conversations worth having.
That part of my brain stopped me from peeing and caring. The kids give Santa to Oogie Boogie, played by Ken Page, who, fun fact, is the big-lipped alligator from All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Oh! Big-lipped alligator moment. Sorry. God, that was a weird movie. Also, big-lipped alligator. Yeah, the fact that Ken Page... okay, Ken Page is like one of the best bass baritone singers out there. And, you know... I'm not going to say they love to characterize, but they kind of do characterize. Sorry, anyway.
How does this guy get typecast as musical green monsters who sing before they eat people?
Because I'm a gambling boogeyman, although I don't play fair.
The boogie song is a good change of pace, as most of the color in the movie is in Christmas Town. So it's pretty nice to get a scene that's still dark, but has bright, vibrant colors as well.
I'm going to do my stuff. What are you going to do? I'm going to do the best I can.
Okay, that's a different Christmas movie right there. Jack gets ready to head out as the literal two-faced mayor, played by Glenn Shaddix, oversees the flight. Sally causes fog to block everyone's view, but as we saw before, Zero's nose can light up and lead the way.
To the head of the team,
See,
Zero!
Out of nowhere, Sally's psychic subplot, the dog figured it out.
I sense there's something in the wind.
That's not making things better. I feel like most people agree that Sally's song is the weakest of the musical numbers, which is a shame because it's not really a bad song. It's just slow, sung a little awkward, and grinds the film to a halt. All the momentum of a few seconds ago is put on hold for Sally singing how we already know she feels. On the other hand, though, this is the closest we have to a love song, and again, there is something cool that's about how the person she loves will seemingly never love her back.
Seemingly.
I am not the one.
If there's an opportunity to creatively depress children, I'm kind of all for it. The song doesn't last long, though, and we're given some of the most entertaining stuff in the movie. Jack's terrifying Christmas presents. The only thing funnier than the gifts is Jack's blind optimism that everyone is loving them.
You're welcome, one and all.
If you survive, give me 5 stars on Yelp! Desperate to fix things, Sally tries to break in and free Santa.
What have we here? Unexplained leg is the best kind of leg. What? You tried to make a dupe out of me?
Don't you know the foot is all I require? Oogie captures them both. Meanwhile, the army locates Jack and shoots him down. Like a true politician, the mayor says he knew the bad idea he said was a good idea was a bad idea.
I knew this Christmas thing was a bad idea. I'm gonna go check out Kwanzaa Land.
Jack survives, though, and sings all about the misery he caused.
Why does nothing ever turn out like it should?
Like Wreck-It Ralph, I have to...
Yeah, that's the thing. I remember Doug did a parody of that song for, I think it was one of his commercial, like, commercial bit, or, like, videos, and, yeah, we got flagged by Disney for the song that Doug covered. I can understand why Doug doesn't include it doesn't include that much of it here.
Myra movie where the message isn't follow your dreams, but rather cope. Bored with your life? Well, you could be dead.
Cope.
Little blessings, you piece of shit.
I am the Pumpkin King!
He announces he's back as the Pumpkin King, but realizes he has to save Santa in order to put things right.
What the?
Hey!
Okay.
How the hell'd you do that? I mean, the doll maybe, but the red guy's like a Raiders of the Lost Ark ball.
This leads to, in all honesty, a pretty pointless climax.
I thought that this was actually pretty good. I thought, well, okay. I mean, Oogie, I don't know. Oogie's, like, character development, basically begins and ends with he's a bad guy. That's it. But at the same time, when it's classic like this, I mean, yeah. Anyway, I still love this climax. I mean, I thought it was inventive.
Bone Man!
Again, if Oogie was built up as the villain earlier, maybe this could work, and even then that's a big maybe. I feel like this is a movie that doesn't really need a villain. But he's a guy introduced in the third act. There's not much of a rivalry between him and Jack, and like Sally's song, everything kind of comes to a halt for it. This just doesn't feel like a story where the lead dodges a villain's death traps. That's more of a comic book feel, where this had more of a fairy tale vibe. But again, it is creative and leads to a pretty fun death scene.
Look what you've done! Don't look at my dung beetles!
I'll admit Santa stomping out the last bug is pretty funny, but he has work to do as he restores Christmas back to normal and Jack returns home. Santa even brings a little bit of Christmas to Halloween. Again, as if that isn't being done.
Careful, my precious jewel.
Well, somebody got an idea watching season 1 of Loki.
No.
Jack and Sally finally confess their love for each other, and thank God they kiss far away, because I don't want to think of the mechanics of doll lips kissing skeleton teeth. And that was The Nightmare Before Christmas. I can't pretend it's absolutely flawless, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
It does take a certain mindset to enjoy it, certainly embracing simplicity more than complexity. But that doesn't mean it isn't astoundingly imaginative.
Yes.
I think it's particularly the visuals and concept that really makes it timeless, as anyone can watch this and follow what's going on, even if there was no dialogue, and be blown away by what they're looking at. The songs are also very refreshing, not just for how many there are, 11 in case you're wondering, at a time when most Disney films had half that, but they also move the story forward and help the characters express what they're feeling. It never feels like something that was written to also have a hit on the radio or anything. Even though you don't hear it on the radio though, people still hum these songs all the time and remember these characters. The main reason being, they're very simple, but likable.
Yes.
Though I can't say it's for everyone, it's proven over the years that it is for a lot of people. And I can happily say I am definitely one of those in that twisted mix. I'm the Nostalgia Critic, and Nostalgia Ween has just begun!
Oh, God. Ow.
Ow.
How queer!
Okay. Ow. Yeah, that was pretty heavy. So yeah, that was a Nostalgia Critics review of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And yeah, Doug makes a lot of really good points. Doug, although I do disagree with him on a couple things here. For the most part, yeah, Sally's song is a bit of a downer, but at the same time, you understand why it's the way that it is. And then of course you have Oogie Boogie, introduced in the third act. I think if they would have established him more, if we would have come across him when Lock, Stock, and Barrel were hanging out with him in the beginning, and you like saw him throwing darts at a board that just stereotypically a dart board that has like Jack's face on it, and he hits Jack in the center of the face. He's like, ha ha! Would call that a bullseye, but he ain't really a bull, is he? Yeah, something like that. But this was a great film. It really was, and it's easily a 9 or a 9.5 out of 10 in my book. Few things detract from it, but still a tremendous achievement for stop motion animation, for gothic storytelling, and inspiring an entire generation of kids with art and with style. And yeah, I loved it. I really did love it. But anyway, that's going to do it. So this, once again, if you want to check out more from the Nostalgia Critic, feel free to click the channel awesome name in the title of the video. And until next time, signing off, I'm Nate. I'll see you then. Peace out.